This is the Iron Trader. Now the pit's closed here at 2:30. That was about 15 minutes ago. So we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil, your daily chart. All right, now we can see that this chart is still very, very bullish. Okay, so we have a low, higher low, higher low, higher low. I said you can come all the way down here. You're still going to have a higher low. Unless you start losing something like this here, which would be 76, 79, you start losing this area here, then you can come down lower. But right now, very, very bullish. Okay, so just we have a little pullback here. Not really big deal. This was the run up here on when we had like a little war action going on in the Middle East. And then this kind of tapered off, and then we had a, we have a war. It never is like a 1, 2, 3. It's always like, okay, it pops up and it comes down. That was a weekend one, and the same way here. So always look at that is very, very volatile anytime you have any kind of action like that. But for a trader, I mean, it's fantastic. Okay, so crude oil there today. I got 60 cents out of UCO natural gas. I got 60 cents out of the UNG, trading 5,000 shares each. Very, very good. Okay, so let's see how this is all going to shake out. Now, we already have, it looks like a total, like a nice bottoming candle situation. Okay, we put in a lower low here. I don't like that, but again, we're above this key 50 SMA. That's going to be very critical, that 81.02. That's what we want to watch when those futures open at 6 p.m. You want to watch today's high. That's at 82.29. You want to watch that low at 80.70. Very, very key. Now, we want to watch here this 81.02. Then we have the price channel going on 80.42. And then you have your 79.83, which is your 200 SMA here. Very, very good, strong, support levels. Now, your RSI looks like you were just going sideways here. You still got plenty of room to run in either direction. I don't like this. The green is below the red because that's what it is. It's showing, positive momentum to the downside. Okay. See, this is what you want. See where you have the green above your red, and then look what happens here with the price. Takes it right on up. But again, for me, don't care. Long, short, doesn't really make any kind of a difference. However, a lot of people just like trading long, or some people just like trading short. Whatever works for you. That's the key. So on the upside, let's look at today's high. That's going to be 82.29. We want to look to the bottom of this candle. That's 82.55. And then we have 82.84. That's the top. Come right over here. 83.12. We have 83.21. And then what we'll do is we'll come over to this 8 SMA, 83.86, which lines up pretty nice with the bottom of that candle at 83.85. Okay, so very, very good. You get above it. Then we have your 21-day at 84.13. Now, again, big if, you can start blasting this thing up here, then we want to look as to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 84.75, and then we have 85.51, and then Fridays of old stickies high, 85.64. Then you can just work yourself right on up here. You have 86.18. We come over here. You have 86.38, 86.63, and 86.98. 87.11, and then we'll come right on here, 87.21, and then we have, that's a big boy, 87.63, and your big retest is that 87.67, which we had that nice double top situation. Okay, so that's all I like just to point out where it could possibly go. Same way with the 50-day, if that's lost, you can go to your price challenge, you can go down to your 200-day, you can come all the way down here to this 100-day here, very, very possible. But see when this 8-day rolls over like this, okay, see everything goes right into it and it can't get up. So if this rallies up here, you got to really watch that 8 SMA. Now when the futures open here, okay, at 6 p.m., what you want to do is watch that 8 SMA because it's going to probably come down lower. Okay, so that's when anytime a rise up, it's going to go right into that 8 simple moving average. Until it can close above, then that's the problem. However, it can turn on a dime here too. So look at what we had here. See, we had a nice run up, and then we look at this 8 SMA as that rolled down, and we put a bottoming tail in here. Look at that 8 SMA came down and went below that 21-day, but then right back up again. And then where did that price go? Okay, right on up again. So never have a thing like that. We just always want to watch that 8 SMA. Again, if it goes into it, just like this candle, then you're going to have big time resistance levels. But once it gets on top, then you can see where you have nice, good support levels. But see how this is? It just going up, 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 just can't do nothing until you can get back above it, then she can ride it. 8 SMA, very, very key. This is why you trade the charts here, okay? So, again, downside, watch that 50 SMA, 8102. If that's lost, 79.83 is going to be your target. Upside, we can watch all these candles. Realistically, this is what you're going to watch, 83.86. Now, it's going to be lower when those futures open up here. So always remember that. And then right above it is 84.13. Okay, let's take a look here on a weekly and a monthly. Okay, here we have your monthly chart. Now, when we look at this, you can see here the green, it hasn't went above that red, but it's kind of like looping in there, okay? Once it gets above, see what happens? Look at this green above the red, what happens? See, she takes it right up nicely. Now, what I do like about this is, see this W pattern here? Very, very nice. If you can break up and get above that neckline, right there at that 95.03, you can rip up much, much higher. Look what that big target is. Again, I don't think it's going to get up there at 130 unless you got some kind of a big brouhaha going on. But again, this is watch that W pattern. That's always very strong. Now, again, here so far for the month is 79.79. You're above that. And we have 79.32. You're above that. That's looking very, very good. Okay, here on a, let me take that down a little bit. All right, let's take a look here on a weekly. Well, here's the key level right here. It's what we want to watch is that 82 flat. Okay, that's the key that it needs to go above, and then right above it is that 82.38. If this can rally on up here, well, we got some nice targets. See that? You got 83.21. You look to the bottom of that candle, 84.55. We come up there, 86.18. And then you have your big retest there of 87.67. Now, again, you break out above that. Then we look right to the left here. What do you have? 87.83. Then you have 88.29. And then this is what you're looking for, 89.85. Let's call that $90. Okay? So right above that, here we have 91.23. We have 91.88, 92.43. This is very critical. And then you have your top there at 95.03. Let's call it $95. Big two targets, going to be even numbers, the 90 and the 95. But you got to break above that 87.67 for this to go higher. Now, RSI here, looking good, trying to flatten out here. Your green is still above your red. That's still bullish. Until you get that green below that red here on a weekly, then this is what happens. When it gets above that red, that's what happens. See? Very, very nice. Okay, let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, now the UNG was a really good scalper. Okay, I had to work it like a rodeo clown here to get. I had 3 scalps in it, but I still got the 60 cents out of it, which I was happy with it. Okay, at 5,000 shares. So that was very, very good scalping. So it's still a little bit tight. Okay, we have this trading range. You look at this trading range here. Now we have a top of 1.943, 1.58. You just don't have that nice cleanup where you're just run out here, okay, like we had here. You just keep on like climbing right up here. This is very, very just giving you very little. But however, you have to take what it gives you, not what you want. That's the key. You look at the chart though, low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Always very, very bullish. And then we have 3 nice green candles. The key today though, it only made it up to 1.795. It didn't quite get to that 1.80. But you came pretty close. So now this is that's going to be your resistance. You have 1.80 there, 1.80 there, and then we have the 1.79. So that 1.8 is very, very tough. Again, you get above. Here's your target, 1.85, 1.89, 1.92, and then your big retest up there, 1.94. A break above, we come 1.95, then we have 1.98, and then your big 2.0. That's what you're looking for. Again, if you can get above that, then we have this 21-day, 212 is your target, and then right above it is 2.156. Now, if this thing can get rolling, you get a hot summer, you get a catalyst, you get some kind of a disruption, we always want to watch the top of this candle here. This is 2.168, that's your gap, okay? Look right there, 2.42, there's your fill, okay? So your gap and then your fill is what your targets are going to be if we can start getting rolling. We can bust through this 1.94, that 2.0, this 212, that 215, then we'll go right to that 2.16, and then we can rally up. We'll come right to the bottom here. This is going to be resistance here, 2.31, then you have 2.32. Then we can come right over here. Realistically, you got, what do we have here? You got that 2.4 level, and then right there, that's going to be your target right there, 2.42. You can see, okay, how much nice resistance and bring it right across. That's what we're target for. Again, you got to break out of this channel, and eventually, I think you will. I can hardly see natural gas staying down here at 1.79 here. This is really, really low for the old natty. Okay, let's look at the downside. Got to look at the downside. Okay, what are we looking for here? Well, you're going to be looking right there, 1.769. Very, very key. Here's your 21. Then we want to look at 1.757. Very, very key. And then we'll come over to this 8 SMA, 1.749. And then we look at 8 SMA here at 1.74. That is going to be very, very, you got a lot of good support. But again, your candle is just barely, barely above it. You can see when it gets barely above it, it can come down pretty quick. If it's lost, we look to today's low, 1.72. Then we have 1.71, 1.66, 1.64, and then 1.58. So let's see how this is all going to shake out here by the end of the week, and maybe she'll pop right up here nicely at 1.943. Weekly chart, watch that 8 SMA. It's sitting at 1.749 now. I don't know what it will be at the end of the week. However, it needs to close above. If you can, then we have some lot of really nice, look at all these really nice targets up here. Your 21, your 50-day, okay, your 100-day, your 200-day, your gap fill, a lot of good stuff. Okay, let's take a look here at on a hourly and a 4-hour. Okay, hourly chart here, you had a nice double bottom with a higher low. That's what you always want to see. 1.64, then it came right on down here. What do we have? 1.66. Always that higher low that tells you she's going to go higher. Nice. We've been holding this key support level here very, very nicely. Now we got to look at that price channel, 1.79, but you really need to get right there above that 1.80. That is going to be key. If you can, then we can rally all the way up here to this left shoulder, 1.92, or first of all, go here to the right shoulder, 1.89, and then the left shoulder, 1.92, and then we have the Ohetsky at 1.94. Above that, we break out. We go to that 2 level. Very, very simple, okay? This is very, very nice here. Actually, this chart looking pretty good because you held that support level if you bring that channel, that line all the way across. Very, very nice. But you can see, when you look at this, what do you see? 1.806. That's what you got to get above here. Then we can start layering up here into all these levels until we get that big retest, okay? So really, on natural gas here, have no opinion. I scalped the UNG today. I always look at the KOLD, which is the short. I didn't see any trade in that situation there today. It just looked like everybody wanted to just kind of like take it up. So it was small scalps. I did 3 small scalps again. But again, I think it was really well worth it. So now I'm going to see what happens here at the futures when they open up here at 6 p.m. And we'll get the whole gist of the crude oil and the natural gas. Now, again, I'll be back tomorrow morning here before 8 o'clock, and we're going to do it all over again. Okay, thanks for watching.